Welcome to Spin a Recipe. This isn't your ordinary recipe site. We like to call it a Vegas experience in your kitchen. Are you one of those people who struggles to decide what to make for dinner, or any meal for that matter? Are you tired of thumbing through page after page of recipes on the web or in cookbooks, only become more frustrated? Spin a Recipe has the solution for you. Just play the slot machine and let it select the recipe for you. You even get to spin for the ingredients. On the home page of Spin a Recipe at www.spinarecipe.com is a demo slot machine with a sample recipe. You can play the slot machine and create as many versions of the recipe as you want to give you an idea of how it works. First, push the Start Here button. That opens an instruction box. You can click each step as you go through the demonstration. For now, I'll just show you how easy and fun it is to use. Push the Choose Course button. The course box will open. For this sample recipe, as it tells us, we should click the Entree course. And then it tells us to click the highlighted dish, meat dishes. The dish window is now filled with meat dishes. As a member, you could spin again if you didn't really want to make a meat dish. But because this is a demo, we click OK. Now we see that we're going to be making meat-filled lettuce wraps. Again, if you were a member, you could click the spin again and another recipe would turn up. But for now, this is the demo recipe, the sample recipe, and let's see what ingredients are in it. Bulgur wheat, ground beef, spinach, and Indian seasonings. I'm not too sure about the ground beef, so I think I'm going to spin on that one. Ground chicken. I like the idea of that better. Bulgur wheat. Well, of course, I don't know what the recipe is yet, so why don't I go take a look at the recipe and we'll decide whether the bulgur wheat will work for me. Push the View Recipe button. Here's the recipe. It tells us that it serves 4 to 6, the prep time and the cook time. There are healthy eating notes on recipes to tell you what might be healthy about the recipe, or maybe it'll say watch your portion size if the recipe had more calories and would give you more calories than you might want if you eat too much of it. Here are the basic ingredients that you need to put on your grocery list for any version of the recipe. And then here are the selected ingredients that came off of the slot machine wheels, the bulgur wheat and the chicken, spinach leaves, etc. Again, these would be put on the grocery list. And further down are the cooking instructions. But I'm curious what these icons are up here. First, this one says go to slot machine to spin for different ingredients. Okay, that's great. Now that I've seen the recipe, I know that I could make some other variations, and I could either do it now, or maybe I'll make this recipe and then try those variations at another time. I could print the recipe so that I have it and I can take just the recipe to the store and I'll know what ingredients to buy for this recipe. As a member, I can save the recipe and I can save it to my recipe box. And from here I can also click on this box and it would take me to the different recipes that I have saved, and maybe if I want to make a vegetable dish with this meat-filled lettuce wraps, I could pick one from what I have saved. But let's go back to the slot machine and see what happens. It takes a moment for the windows to fill, and at this point I could spin this again, either separately or I could actually spin them all, but you get the idea. What else is on the site? Well, there are cooking tips and there are healthy living tips. Each is a quick read. And then one thing we'd love you to do is to tell your friends about the site. If you're having fun, why shouldn't they? If you have a recipe that you would like to see in the slot machine, submit your recipe and we will make it over so that it works in our slot machine. And lastly, there's the Spin a Recipe news. It'll give you an idea of what's happening at Spin a Recipe, see what our members are up to. It'll give you a laugh for the day or maybe a bit of inspiration. And also we share featured recipes. So visit Spin a Recipe at www.spinarecipe.com and make delicious, nutritious dishes your way. We look forward to your visit.